Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and The Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio
UK.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Yes, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd day of July, the year 2024, with a time now 5 minutes past the top of the hour, and that is 5 minutes past 11. So wherever you are listening to us this morning, we want to welcome you to the greatest platform in the whole world, Starr Radio UK morning show, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
So from now till 12 o'clock exactly, when I bring the curtains down for the end of the program, preparing the grounds for BB Clement to come your way this afternoon at 1:30, I'm gonna bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As I say on this platform, it's making the headlines. Be rest assured, I'm gonna bring that your way. But let me say good morning to my producer, Mr. Francis Guy, to Perry in the house as well, to Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji Aziz, good morning. Shamsuddin, massive good morning to you, and a special good morning also goes to Mavis Kufu, good morning to you, and then to Delta Hammond and Erezi, good morning to you as well. I hope you are doing very, very well. Alfred, good morning to you. Felix, good morning. Kojodi, good morning to you. Wherever you are this morning listening to us, Bishop Adeshina, massive good morning. Anthony Adedeji, Pastor Momo, Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, and all you wonderful people who are there all the time supporting us. KB Bossman, good morning to you. Vicky Newton, good morning to you. And my own, yes, HRH Linda Palian, all the way in Cyprus, and to Mr. Palian as well. Salute each and every one of you. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Good morning and welcome to Starr Radio UK, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. So let's kick off. Now I'm going to be looking at the quote for the day. The weather forecast will follow suit. Then a travel update as well. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. Then after that, we'll bring you details of all the stories that we're going to highlight on. And then at 11:45, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. Exactly at 12 o'clock, we bring the program to a close to prepare the grounds for BB Clement on BB Means Business. So wherever you are, make sure your dials are still logged on Starr Radio UK. Don't turn the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in...
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Okay, so let's crack on. The quote for the day says, the process of translating our visions or dreams or ideas into reality is wrought with a lot of pain, difficulty, disappointment, and even failures at times. Well, that is the process of translating visions into dreams. So if you are hitting any stumbling blocks or having anything of the sort, don't quit. Don't quit. You have that vision. You've been convicted by it. Get on. Continue. If you fall down, rise up and dust yourself on, and then continue to fight on, because it is a dream. It has to be realized. Well, there's going to be a position there, but make sure it is realized. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on straight to okay, just bear with me. Yes, moving on straight to the weather front today. We've had a bit of let me call it spate. That's drizzle. But let me tell you what is happening in the whole of the UK, and then I'll come specifically to look at what is happening in England as well. Now, this afternoon, the northwest will be dry with long sunny spells. It's going to be partly cloudy elsewhere, with isolated showers in the south and scattered showers around the Pennines and central east Scotland. Tonight, much of the UK will see variable cloud, a few clear breaks, along with largely dry and widely settled conditions. Skies will remain clearest in the southwest and far north. So, specifically for London and the southeastern part of England, Let me tell you what is happening there. Now, this afternoon, there will be a mixture of sunny spells and patchy cloud. The odd light shower can be expected as well, but this will ease by evening. Now, tonight, the overnight period will continue dry with a mixture of variable cloud and clear spells. It will be a settled night under variable light winds. Summer temperature is going to be 23 degrees, or it's going to be 15 degrees. Pollen level is going to be low, UV level moderate, and pollution low as well. Sunset 21:01. Okay, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 05:12 hours. And let me say good morning to Mr. Joseph Starr, aka PK, and welcome back from the motherland. When I say the motherland, he knows where I'm talking about. Okay. Good morning to you, Mr. Dantabri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man. Massive good morning to you. All right then. Now let's move on to the travels as well. As we say on this platform, keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated our promise, our bond. Now on the underground this morning, good service throughout DLR and London tram link are running a good service. As I did announce yesterday, we have a path closure on the London Overground from the 20th of July to the 4th of August. No service between Hackney Downs and Chainford. Replacement bus services L3 operates between Hackney Downs and Chainford via Clapton, St. James's Street, Walthamstow Central, Wood Street, and High Arms Park. Those are the events there. Now moving on straight to the major roads in London. A40 Central London Red routes and North Circular A4s are experiencing serious delays. So if you can avoid them, do your best to do so. Starr Radio UK. And I'm moving you straight to the river bus. On the river bus, I can tell you actually good service. The London cable car is also running a good service this morning, bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. But continue to keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated our promise, our bond. The Starr Radio travel update that comes to where every weekday from 10:40, and it's now 11 minutes past the top of the hour. So what is happening on the National Rail this morning? Now, East Midlands Railway, Great Western Railway, Northern Rail, ScotRail, Transport for Wales are all experiencing minor delays. That aside, there is good service on all the other routes. And that is where I bring the update to a close. And let me say it this way: good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today by, you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take this quick commercial and I'll take you on the global trotting this morning. Stay tuned, don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to Pastor Roxanne Hammond. Good morning to you and to the family as well. My princess herself. Yes, Princess Donna, good morning. And to, hey, young Archie there as well. I salute each and every one of you. Once again, welcome to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's crack on. Let's go global trotting. Well, the news that is making the rounds, as you know, the fallout from where? The stepping aside of Joe Biden is making the rounds, and the stepping in or endorsement of Kamala Harris making the rounds there, but we'll be looking at that in a moment. But when it comes to stories making the rounds from here in the UK, influencers such as Andrew Tate driving extreme misogyny, says the police. Well, they're talking about the fact that girls abuse or women abuse, name it rape and all sorts, is gone up, and they can record up to about 3,000 or such in a day. In 24 hours they have that, and the police are leading to the fact that influencers such as Andrew Tate are saying, yeah, you see a woman like that, maybe you have to come, well, you can do whatever against them, that is okay, and because they yeah, but they're saying no. So we're looking at all that. Former Prime Minister Lord Wilson sold archive to help fund his care. Wow, so that's how desperate things are or were for him. A man accused of murdering schoolboy has appeared in court. One of the stories, an early release for long-term prisoners is horrifying, says victims. What were the crimes of these individuals? That will determine what their early release is all about. By one other story making the rounds, quite an interesting one. Year 98, a physicist has been honored 75 years after a discovery. 75 years after this lady discovered something. She's now 98. She's now being honored. So whatever you've done, don't you worry. Don't give in. Don't give out. Do good. Do whatever you have done, because posterity will be the judge of that. Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A fund for girl orphaned by a car crash nears 230,000. When it comes to being given in this part of the world, I tell you, they do it so wonderfully. And congratulations to every one of you who have donated to that crowdfunding that has gone on. In other stories, Netanyahu faces delicate balancing act in US after Biden exit race. Because Netanyahu is supposed to come to visit the US to come and meet Joe Biden, who will not be the president in the next 5 months. But what will be the stance of Kamala Harris? She is the same like Joe Biden, because they had a Biden-Harris ticket. But we'll see what happens. Kamala Harris has won enough support to clinch Democratic nomination. The vice president is endorsed by majority of delegates ahead of voting at the party's convention in August. But they will wait for that. So that will be, some are calling it, it's just going to be a coronation, but they think that there should have been a contest. But wow, it is good that it's not in a contest. In a way, let me put it, why do I say that? I'm saying that because looking at what has gone on, the moment they enter into a contest like that, people begin to outweigh people by watching out their dirty lanes in public, and then the opposition would now decide to use that to fight against them. But they didn't have the opportunity to use that, so it is not going to be difficult for them to find dirt to actually smear her. So let's see what is going to happen on that front. And then Hungary have been stripped of EU meeting over Ukraine stance. Well, so we're going to be looking at that. There's a lot more coming your way. And China seeks to unite Palestinian factions with unity deal. Well, let's see what will happen to that. The Chinese seem to be doing all sorts, in the background, trying to bring people together, trying to broker some peace and stuff like that. But how do you think it's all going to be panning out there? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's move on to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world as well. Ethiopia landslide has killed 146. That's what officials there are saying. Heavy rains have triggered 2 landslides in the southern area of Gofa, the authorities have said. A sad one there. And batons, tear gas, live fire. Kenyans face police brutality and crackdown on Uganda opposition ahead of protests. Well, Uganda president said, I'm going to be sitting down for you people, a few of you people, to come and spoil everything that we are doing, we're not going to be doing that at all. We're going to be coming after you like no man's business. And lo and behold, I'll be telling you more about that as the program goes on. So come your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And African Union has been addressing integration issues at Ghana's conference. We'll be looking into that story as well. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, the leaders or the governors in the north are saying that the north is on the brink of a collapse. Why? Governor Sani has raised alarm, and he's saying that due to out-of-school children crisis or rising cases of out-of-school children, poverty and other socioeconomic problems in the north, stating that the region was on the brink of collapse if their leaders do not come together to find solutions to the challenges, because that is one of the places where all those terrorism and we have all those groupings coming into the place, running over villages and capturing them, burning them down, and all those things are going on there. But remember, there they say they are sort of so religious, yet this is what we seem to see. So what do you think is going on? How do you think that is going to be resolved? But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And other stories as well. There will be national crisis if APC does not allow free, fair poll in Edo. Obaseki has insisted. The Edo State government has condemned what it called attempts by the All Progressive Congress, that's the APC, the ruling government in the state, to negatively spin comments made by State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki, where he warned that if the party does not allow for a free and fair election in the state, it will be a recipe for crisis in Nigeria. And he's saying that, you know what? But they didn't say that. They're just using that, as Trump would say, fake news, fake news, fake news. So coming away from Starr Radio UK. In another story, Nigeria refinery petroleum minister hosts crucial meeting with Dangote and NNPC. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. Okay, Starr Radio UK. Now moving on straight to Ghana as well. A court has endorsed sale of 3 properties of ex-CEO of Ventures Capital for 9.9 million Ghana cedis, and that's going to take place. And then Snit OBS case, there is no case for Ernest Thompson and 4 others to answer. Well. There are some of the stories making the rounds there, coming away from Starr Radio UK. IEA has admitted it hasn't yet invited NDC for debate and rejects MPP fronting allegations. Well, it's quite an interesting one. Some were saying that Kozi Kokua Nidoho was saying that, well, he is of the view that if the NDC decides that they are not going to be involved in the what do we call that? Debate, presidential debate, then they should be. So no debate, no presidential election or whatever he was trying to say. He's going to be championing against, or no president. That's what he's going to be championing against the NDC. But they are saying apparently the IEA has not even contacted them yet. Now IGP thanks police officers for AU summit security. But some are also saying that the IGP is being undermined by the government, and well, lots more going to be coming away from there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio, okay? Your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:23. I represent the whole Ghana. How about when lashed out at Rude Sepi Yotso MP? He said that, well, he represented a particular place, but he said, no. Baumia asked Mahama to answer 170 questions before debating him. Well, interestingly, it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? But this is a lot more going to be coming your way in the next few moments. So wherever you are, don't you tap the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's enjoy some music. while I have a sip of some nice water. Or I mean, depending on where you are listening or watching us from, decide what you're going to be taking. And when I cold or hot drink, whatever it is, and let's enjoy this song from Pastor Tudora, Boachen son from the Tudora Gospel. He says, "What? It's one of the reggae tunes that I've come to fall in love with of late." He said, "Before I form you." Enjoy it, and I'll be with you. Mrs. Evelyn Tabri, yeah. I know that you are home and you are chilling out. Enjoy yourself with my girls. Yeah.
Hear me now, He is the God of creation, the mighty one of Israel. He holds the sun in its place, He calls the stars one by one. That's the God who made you, He has called you His own. Yes, He has consoled you, sons of good, not evil. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. Before I formed you in the belly, I knew your name. I call you by your name. Before I formed you in the belly, listen now, say a righteous man's steps are ordered by God. So in times of trials, lift your eyes to the hills. He that keepeth Israel, He will watch over you. What they meant for evil, my God will work for your good. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. Before I formed you in the belly, I knew your name. I called you by your name. Before I formed you in the belly, Now if you believe that, come on, let's say this to the world. He knows my name. He calls me friend. I have the key. He's on my side. Come on, He knows my name. He calls me friend. I have the key. He's on my side. Say He knows my name. He calls me friend. I have the key. He's on my side. Before I found you in the valley, I knew your name. I called you by your name. Before I found you in the valley, Say, God of Elijah, He answers by fire. He's a living God, He can see, He can hear. He knows where you're up, He knows where you're down. These are His words, let every man hear. Come on, rejoice. Lift your hands up, give Him praise. 'Cause He knows, yes He knows. Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's go look at what? Let's look at the details of the story that I put across earlier on. Now, online influencers like Andrew Tate are radicalizing boys into extreme misogyny in a way that is quite terrifying, the police are warning. Now, senior police officers Maggie Blythe said young men and boys could be radicalized in the same way that terrorists draw in followers. The National Police Chiefs Council describes the issue as a national emergency in its report into violence against women and girls. The NPCC estimated at least 1 in 12 women in England and Wales will be a victim of violence every year. Boy, 1 in 12, or about 2 million women. And it said that the problem had been growing with more complicated types of offending. Now, Deputy Chief Constable Maggie Blythe said officers who focus on violence against women and girls were now working with counter-terrorism teams to look at the risks of young people being radicalized. Now, speaking about harmful contents online, she said, we know that some of these is also linked to radicalization of young people online. We know the influences Andrew Tate, the element of influencing of particular boys is quite terrifying, and that's something that both the leads for counterterrorism in the country and ourselves from VAWG, that violence against women and girls perspective, are discussing. Mr. Tate is a controversial British American influencer and self-proclaimed misogynist who rose to fame after appearing on Big Brother in 2016. He is currently awaiting trial in Romania over allegations of rape, human trafficking, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women, charges he has denied. Now, schools across the UK said they were encountering increasing numbers of people who admired Tate. The wide-ranging report by the NPCC and College of Policing published on Tuesday said violence against women and girls had reached epidemic levels. The report estimated that 1 in 20 adults, or 2.3 million people, were perpetrators of violence against women and girls every year. Nobody in the industry and in other sectors and across the public understands just the scale and impact of these crimes, Deputy Chief Constable said. The report identified several key threats facing victims, including sexual violence, domestic abuse, stalking, and child sexual abuse. It found there had been 37% increase in the number of violent crimes against women and girls between 2018 and 2023. Now, police say more than 1 million such crimes were recorded in England and Wales last year alone, accounting for 20% of all crimes recorded by the police. Now, police chiefs say domestic abuse is growing and remains one of the biggest demands on officers. So some of the rise has been driven by an increase in reporting and more awareness of those crimes. The NPCC says it's creating a central hub which would offer police forces help by providing specialist knowledge and training. The government says it welcomes the hub and aims to have violence against women and girls over the next decade. And our Home Secretary Yvette Cooper has previously made clear that violence against women and girls will be at the top of her agenda. So far, the detail on government plans has been light, but it's in its manifesto. Labour said it will introduce new specialist domestic abuse workers in 999 control rooms and put specialist rape investigation units in every force across England and Wales so that early opportunities for prevention and protection were not missed. This will entail more trained police officers and extra resources at a time when policing face numerous challenges, including retention and moral issues. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, so if you're a boy, child, or a young man, and you think that abusing women is the way forward, boy, you got something coming your way, and you have to be very careful about that. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Because I'm pressed with time, I need to just quickly just go on some of the most important ones, and then we move on from there. A 98-year-old pioneering physicist who gave up her PhD 75 years ago to have a family has received an honorary doctorate from her old university. In 1948, Rosemary Fowler's finding at the University of Bristol paved the way for critical discoveries that will rewrite the laws of physics. Her discovery of the Coulomb particle helped lead to a revolution in the theory of particle physics. But in a post-war Britain, she decided to leave academia when she married fellow physicist Peter Fowler in 1949 and went to have 3 children. Dr. Fowler said she felt very honored, but added, "I haven't done anything since to deserve special respect." Dr. Fowler received a doctorate in a private graduation ceremony close to her Cambridge home. Nobel Prize winning University of Bristol Chancellor Sir Paul Nurse conferred an honorary doctorate of science on her. Dr. Fowler's discovery of the Coulomb particle helped to predict particles such as the Higgs boson, discovered at CERN in Geneva, Switzerland. Sir Paul praised Dr. Fowler's intellectual rigor and curiosity, adding that she paved the way for critical discoveries that continue to shape the work of today's physicists and our understanding of the universe. Dr. Fowler was born in Suffolk in 1926 and grew up in Malta, Portsmouth, and Bath as her family traveled for her father's job as a Royal Navy engineer. In 1948, Bristol Cosmic Ray Physics team, led by Professor Cecil Powell, were hunting for a new fundamental particles. New fundamental particle. They had already found the pion for which Professor Powell would be awarded the Nobel Prize in 1950. Was awarded a Nobel Prize in 1950. Then, just 22, Rosemary Fowler, that's Ney Brown, that was not formerly known as Rosemary Brown, spotted something when viewing unusual particle tracks. A particle that decayed into 3 pions, a type of subatomic particle. She said, "I knew at once that it was new and would be very important. We were seeing things that hadn't been seen before. That wasn't research in particle physics. It was very exciting." The track she was looking at, later labeled K, was evidence of an unknown particle now known as the kaon or K meson. The K track was the mirror image of a particle seen before by colleagues in Manchester. But the Manchester team, track decayed into 2 pions, not 3. Now, trying to understand how these mirror images were the same yet behaved differently helped lead to a revolution in the theory of particle physics. The year after discovery, Dr. Fowler left university, having published her discovery in 3 academic papers. Well, kudos to her, and let me say congratulations on her award being awarded 75 years after she discovered that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, a couple of stories quickly as we're moving on. The European Union Foreign Policy Chief, Joseph Borrell, has stripped Hungary of the right to host the next meeting of foreign and defense ministers over its stance on the war in Ukraine. It comes weeks after Hungary assumed the rotating presidency of the Council of the European Union, a role in which it will normally host the event, and amid anger over a meeting Prime Minister Viktor Orban held with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow earlier this month. Now, Mr. Borrell said Hungary's action should have consequences and that we have to send a signal, even if it is a symbolic signal. Hungary described the move as completely childish. Now, every 6 months under each new council presidency, the EU's foreign and defense ministry holds informal meetings to discuss the biggest global issue facing the bloc. The next set of meetings will take place on 28 to 30th of August, where to be held in Budapest. But on Monday, Mr. Borrell announced they will instead take place in Brussels. Now, citing comments made after the meeting with Mr. Putin, in which Mr. Orban accused the EU of having a pro-war policy, Mr. Borrell told reporters, "If you want to talk about the war party, talk about Putin. I can say that all member states, with one single exception, are very much critical about this behavior. I think it was appropriate to show his feeling and to call for the next Foreign and Defense Council meeting in Brussels. Of the 26 other countries in the EU, only Slovakia has backed Hungary in the dispute." Now, however, Luxembourg's Foreign Minister Xavier Bettel told reporters that he will go to Budapest because a boycott will be nonsense. Mr. Bettel felt that it was better to tell Hungarians the EU was unhappy with their absence, as ignoring or not choosing dialogue would be a mistake. Now, Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski proposed that the August meeting should take place in Western Ukraine, but the idea was blocked by Budapest. Responding to Mr. Borrell's decision, Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó wrote on Facebook, "What a fantastic response they have come up with. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but it feels like being in a kindergarten." Well, if we are in a block says that this is what we are all clamoring for, this is what we are standing for, they don't expect that you go and champion your own cause there. But what do you think about all that? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Where rival Palestinian faction Hamas and Fatah have signed a declaration agreeing to form an interim national reconciliation government for the occupied West Bank and Gaza after the war with Israel. In a meeting brokered by China's foreign minister and Hamas officials have said representatives from the groups, along with 12 other Palestinian factions, pledged to work for unity after 3 days of talks in Beijing. It is the latest of several reconciliation deals Hamas and Fatah have agreed on in their long fractured relationship, none of which have yet led to the end of the schism. Now, Israel has also ruled out a role for Hamas or Fatah in governing Gaza after the end of hostilities there. The deep split began in 2007 when Hamas became the sole ruler in Gaza after violently ejecting Fatah from the territory. This came after Palestinian President and Fatah leader Mahmoud Abbas dissolved the Hamas-led unity government formed when Hamas won national elections the year before. Since then, Fatah-dominated Palestinian Authority has been left in charge of only parts of the West Bank. Now, Hamas has lost control in Gaza since the war with Israel began on the 7th of October with Hamas' unprecedented attack on Israel, in which it killed about 1,200 people and took 251 others back to Gaza as hostages. Now, more than 39,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza as a result of the Israeli offensive, according to territory Hamas-run health ministry. In a statement posted on Telegram, Hamas spokesman Hossam Badran said the declaration was an additional positive step on the path to achieving Palestinian national unity. He said the groups were in agreement on Palestinian demands relating to the ending of the war, which are a ceasefire, complete withdrawal from Gaza Strip, relief, and reconstruction. He said the most important part of what was agreed was to form a Palestinian national consensus government that will manage the affairs of our people in Gaza and the West Bank, supervise reconstruction, and prepare the condition for elections. The declaration is in effect an expression of intent, as there were major obstacles to making such agreement work. Fatah has yet to comment on it, though its representative Mahmoud Al-Alul thanked China for its support of the Palestinian cause following the announcement. Israel, which has vowed to destroy Hamas before it will end the war, swiftly dismissed Beijing's declaration. Instead of rejecting terrorism, Mahmoud Abbas embraces the murderers and rapists of Hamas, revealing his true face. Israel Foreign Minister Israel Katz said, "In reality, this won't happen because Hamas rule will be crushed and Abbas will be watching Gaza from afar. Israel's security will remain solely in Israel's hands." Now, so what is going to happen to Gaza after the war? Are they not going to listen to the Chinese authorities? What exactly is going to happen there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let me announce the lines open. If you want to hop on to share your take with us, for free to do so. Call us on 0208 133 2257, or you can text us on 0753966144, or you can X us at Starr Radio UK, and or you can email us info@starradiouk.com. Of course, you can Skype us at our Skype ID is Starr Radio UK 1. Starr Radio UK 1. Yeah, you can Skype us there as well. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, still in the in other parts of the world, looking at the US, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the US this week, and the pressure to end the Gaza war from both Israel and the US administration. How might the political turbulence in Washington shape the trip and future relations? Mr. Netanyahu is set to meet Joe Biden if the president has recovered from the COVID-19 and address a joint session of Congress, the only foreign leader to do so for a fourth time. The trip offers him a platform for a reset with Washington after months of tensions over his hardline approach to the war, and an opportunity to try and convince Israelis that he hasn't undermined the relationship with their most important ally. But it is overshadowed by President Biden's decision not to seek re-election, highlighting political uncertainties about Israel's next partner in the White House and possibly eclipsing some of the attention on Mr. Netanyahu's visit. The Prime Minister got a lot of unwelcome attention in Israel until the moment he boarded the plane. The drumbeat of protest demanded that he stays home and focus on a ceasefire deal with Hamas to free Israeli hostages. Until he has signed a deal that on the table, I do not see how he picks up and flies across the Atlantic to address the American political chaos, said Lee Segel, one of the family members who has come out to demonstrate. His 65-year-old brother Keith is a captive in Gaza. The trip is a political move, he added, unless Mr. Netanyahu stops being a header and signs the ceasefire agreement. Can he with a statement that they've made that they want to make sure that they quash Hamas totally, or actually destroy Hamas totally? Do you think anything is going to be coming out of there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, 30 minutes to the top of the hour. Let me see, I'll pack everything in to bring your way this morning, so don't you go away. Now, Vice President Kamala Harris has secured the support of a majority of Democratic delegation to become the party's nominee for president. A survey by the Associated Press on Monday evening said she had received the endorsement of more than 1,976 delegates needed to win the nomination in the first round of voting. That means Ms. Harris is on course to be crowned the party's standard bearer and take on Republican Donald Trump in November's presidential election. It becomes official when party delegates hold a roll call vote ahead of next month's Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Now, delegates are people who are selected to represent their electoral area. Their pledge of support are non-binding until the vote, but unlikely to change. Now, no one has publicly stepped forward to challenge Ms. Harris since President Joe Biden left the race on Sunday. He found himself under mounting pressure from senior members of his party following his stumbling debate performance against Donald Trump. If the total holds between now and when delegates cast their votes, scheduled to take place from the 1st to the 7th of August, Ms. Harris will formally claim the party's nomination. The survey by AP is an indication of the groundswell of support Ms. Harris after President Joe Biden dropped out of the race on Sunday. Since Mr. Biden's announcement, millions of dollars in donation have poured into her campaign, and leading Democrats have lined up to support her bid as the Democratic nominee. Harris got what it takes to beat Trump. Has it? Has she? We'll see. Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let me take you straight to Africa and let's look at some of the stories making the rounds there as well. The number of people killed in a landslide in southern Ethiopia has risen to at least 146, local officials have said. Two incidents are thought to have occurred on Sunday evening and Monday morning after heavy rains in a remote mountainous area of the Gova zone. The local authorities said the search for survivors was continuing vigorously, but that the death toll could yet increase. Now, footage showed hundreds of people gathered at the scene and others digging in the dirt in search of people trapped underneath. In the background, a hillside can be seen partially collapsed and a large path of red earth has been exposed. Mesker Mitku, the general administrator of the Gova zone, said women, children, and police officers were among the casualties. There was a heavy rain yesterday night, and some people died from landslide. Government spokesperson from the Gova district, Kasahun Abayene, said in the morning, that was yesterday morning, locals, including police, gathered at the site to save those who were affected by the first landslide. That is when the second landslide happened around 07 hours GMT, and those who gathered there died, he said in quotes to some of the news networks. Now, Gova is part of the state known as Southern Ethiopia, located around 320 kilometers southwest of the capital, Addis Ababa. A statement by Gova Zone's communication department said the death toll has passed 146 and could rise further. Starr Radio UK, this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, yesterday, we brought you information from Uganda where the president, Museveni, had made a promise that if anybody goes on the path of demonstrating like what is happening in Kenya, he said they are playing with fire. Did they? Have they? Well, Ugandan main opposition leader Bobby Wine says security forces in the capital Kampala have besieged the headquarters of his party on the eve of an anti-government demonstration. Soldiers and police had turned the offices of the National Unity Platform into a military barracks and had violently arrested some party officials, he said. Now, police did not confirm the arrest, but reportedly said they had taken precautionary steps to prevent mobilization for the protests. Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni warned on Saturday that organizers of the planned march to Parliament were playing with fire. Young Ugandans have been mobilizing support online for the march to demand an end to what they say a high level of corruption and bad governance. They have partly been inspired by their counterparts in neighboring Kenya, whose recent mass protests forced their president to axe plans to increase taxes. Now, Bobby Wine, a former music star whose real name is Robert Kyagulanyi, denied the NUP was organizing the protests in Uganda. However, he said his party supported every effort to protest against injustice, corruption, and misrule. On X, he accused the security forces of being cowards who had also blocked roads leading to the offices of the NUP in Kampala. Now, police spokesperson Kituma Rozuk said to the news agency that NUP's activities raised a red flag and we took precautionary measures. Oh boy. Well, listen, this is Starr Radio UK. They won't allow you to make any noise. You see? Well. That's why we don't have to take for granted what we enjoy in this part of the world, do we? Now, in Kenya as well, the this image that I'm seeing, if it's real blood, then it's quite a brutal attack on individuals. The forehead of a person, gushing, with blood in their faces, and they are going on. The recent wave of deaths of dozens of people in Kenya as police crackdown on protests countrywide began with the shooting of a 30-year-old Rex Masai. The killings have further eroded what little trust there was in the police to maintain order, and as a new series of protests is about to begin, there are concerns over how the security forces will respond. On the 20th of June saw the second day of demonstration against finance bill that was going to raise new taxes. The previous day of action had been without major incident, but as sun set on that Thursday, something changed in the heart of the capital in Nairobi. The protesters became more defiant. Police officers switched from using water cannons and tear gas to firing live bullets. Mr. Masai got caught at the wrong end of that, and he was shot in the thigh and bled to death. Now, his blood was all over my hands, says his friend Ian Njuguna, who rushed to try and help him when he fell to the ground. But as he and other friends tried to carry him to a nearby hospital, the officers tear gassed them as well as they were carrying their dear friend. We were, in a quote, saying frantically trying to speak to him, pleading with him not to leave us. At least 4 police officers so far are to face prosecution for shooting and killing protesters over the last 4 weeks, amid rising calls for justice for victims of the alleged excessive use of force. But the investigation have been tricky. Interestingly, I do ask myself the question, how do we train our police force? Some say that, well, they are there to foster peace between citizens and government or authorities. Let me put it that way. However, we don't see it happening that way. So it looks like they come with all their weapons. And again, somebody will say that, of course, they have to do so because of the way citizens at times do behave there. Oh well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK at 4 minutes to the top of the hour. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and thank you very much to each and every one of you for tuning in to listen to us. Going to Nigeria as well, the governor of Kaduna State, Obasani, has expressed concerns over the rising cases of out-of-school children, poverty, and other socio-economic problems in the north, stating that the region was on the brink of collapse if the leaders do not come together to find solutions to the challenges. Sani raised alarm during a courtesy visit to the national chairman of the Arewa Consultative Forum, Maman Osman, to Kaduna State. He said, "This new executive committee has emerged at a time of great challenges. We are confronted with difficult developmental and security questions. Criminal elements have been laying siege to communities in the north and reversing our progress on multiple fronts. Our development deficits are scary and require urgent attention." In 2022, the federal government of Nigeria, through the National Bureau of Statistics, launched its most extensive measure, multidimensional poverty. The survey revealed that 63% of persons living within Nigeria, that is about 133 million people, are multidimensionally poor. Now, 65% of the poor, that is 86 million people, live in the north, while 35%, nearly 47 million, live in the south. The north is not faring any better in the area of education, the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, said. It puts the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria at 18.3 million. Now, of the outrageous number of out-of-school children, about 70% are in the northern part of Nigeria. That is quite disturbing and most worrying. All of us who still care for the north and Nigeria in general. Now, it goes on further to say, as I mentioned, insecurity in the north has retarded development in the critical sector. A lot of farmers cannot access their farms. Food insecurity now confront us directly. Child and maternal mortality are on the increase. Our infrastructure has decayed. The move to address our infrastructure deficit are equally threatened by insecurity. For the north, move decisively to change these negative development indices, unfortunately, What we see in the North is a promotion of toxic politics, opposition for opposition's sake, and pull him down syndrome. It goes on further to say, we indulge an endless blame game, devoid of attempts at soul searching of introspection. We have failed to ask ourselves some vital questions. Where did the rain start beating the North? Who are those complicit in the underdevelopment of the North? Now, what have we done individually and collectively to find solutions to the challenges facing the North? We must take a hard look at ourselves, tell ourselves some home truths, and move together to fashion a common strategy to address our developmental challenges and confront the criminals making life unbearable for our people. The Arawa Consultative Forum has a major role to play in building this required consensus for the best approach to tackle the multifaceted challenges facing northern Nigeria. The ACF must make efforts to refocus the attention of our people. Let us de-emphasize politics and focus on development. Let us gear our efforts towards overcoming the threats with all the energy we can master. And that is a very good caution that he's put across. But as to whether the people will listen to it or not is another question. But this is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in the UK. At 12 o'clock, we'll be going to Ghana pretty soon. But the final story before we go to Ghana as well. And this time round, still from Nigeria. The minister has emphasized the importance of cooperation and synergy among all stakeholders to ensure the success and optimal performance of oil and gas sector. And this pertaining to refineries in Nigeria, Petroleum Minister hosts crucial meeting with Dangote and the NNPC and others. Nigeria Minister for State Petroleum Resources Henneken Obaseki, Lakpobiri on Monday convened a high-level meeting with top executives from Dangote Group, the Nigeria Mainstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA), the Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC), and the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC Limited) to address ongoing issues surrounding the Dangote refinery. In the Marka Okafor, the special advisor on media and communications to the minister, disclosed this in a statement on Monday. Now, present at the meeting were Aliko Dangote, chairman of the chief executive officer of Dangote Group, Farouk Ahmed, chief executive of the NMDPRA, Benga Komalafe, chief executive officer of the NUPRC, Milei Kiari, NNPC's group chief executive officer. Ms. Okafor said the stakeholders expressed their gratitude to the minister for exemplary leadership and timely intervention in facilitating the crucial dialogue. The statement noted that the meeting focused on finding a sustainable and lasting solution to the current impasse affecting the Dangote refinery, with all parties demonstrating a commitment to collaborative and proactive problem solving. Now, according to the statement, the minister emphasized that the importance of cooperation and synergy among all stakeholders is to ensure that the success and optimal performance of the oil and gas sector, which is pivotal for Nigeria's economy, growth, and energy security. The meeting marks a significant step towards resolving challenges and underscores the minister's dedication to fostering a conducive environment for Nigeria oil and gas sector, the statement said. Last month, the Vice President Oil and Gas of Dangote Industries Limited, the Vekuma Edwin, accused international oil companies in Nigeria of doing everything to frustrate the survival of Dangote oil refinery and petrochemicals. He said the IOCs are deliberately frustrating the refinery efforts to buy local crude by jacking up the high premium price above the market price, thereby forcing it to import crude from countries as far as the United States with its attendant high cost. Now, speaking to a group of energy editors at one-day training program organized by the Dangote Group at the time, Mr. Edwin also lamented on the activity of the NMDPRA in granting license indiscriminately to marketers to import dirty refined products into the country. So with this meeting, would that broker the peace that they need so that everything goes on perfectly? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 4 minutes past 12. Let's take a commercial. We come back. I take you straight to Ghana and we'll tell you what is happening there as well. Don't you go away. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, the final segment of the program. Before the program, we bring the program to a close at 3 minutes to past the top of the hour. And now, landing in Ghana. The High Court in Accra has endorsed state prosecutors' request to sell 3 properties belonging to the former Chief Executive Officer of Ventures Capital Trust Fund, Daniel Duku, for 9.9 million Ghana cedis. The order issued by Justice Lydia Osei-Mafo was based on the state prosecutor's motion for a variation of the value price of the property previously ordered by the court. Mr. Duku had entered into settlement agreement with the state to pay 20.11 million as restitution for financial loss caused to the state, with some 14 million Ghana cedis still outstanding. However, the properties he offered to the state to defray the balance of the 14 million were overvalued according to Architectural Engineer Services, the AESR. The valuer appointed to assess the property. Although AESR valuation matched the 40 million Ghana cedis outstanding, checks on the same vicinity showed other facilities which were much better valued lower. With the state struggling to dispose of the properties, state prosecutors filed a motion to vary the reserve price previously set by the High Court. However, counsel for the respondent opposed the request. Justice Lydia Osei-Mafo, after hearing submission from both parties, granted the prosecution's request and endorsed the new valuation as follows. Plot number 4 near the Islamic University, Adjirigano, East Legon, is to be sold for 2.9 million Ghana cedis instead of 3.6 million Ghana cedis. And then plot 4 near the plot 4, the first one is plot 7. Okay, plot 4 near the Islamic University, Adjirigano, East Legon, to be sold for 2.9 million instead of the 3.6 million there as well. Okay, and then Georgetown Heights apartment, South Suntraso in Kumasi, is to be sold for 4 million instead of 6.7 million. The court specified that all the properties should be sold to the highest bidder or bidders. The Attorney General's argument, Ms. Hilda Craig, with support from Winifred Sapon, both principal state attorneys from the Attorney General's Department, moved the motion for the reserve price to be varied. Ms. Craig explained that the respondent, Daniel Duku, had initially been charged with various offenses, including stealing, defrauding by false pretenses, money laundering, and causing financial loss to the state. He opted to plead guilty to all charges and chose to make restitution and reparation to the state instead of serving a custodial sentence. The agreement involved Duku paying 15 million to the state and Ventures Capital Trust Fund more than $26,000 to ventures capital, while the $26,000 and $1 million fund found in his account were paid. 14 million remained outstanding. Well, Starr Radio UK, if we can prosecute people who have caused big loss to the state that way, then I think we're going to be doing well for ourselves. But some others are left to go free. Frank Anodompre has been convicted for contempt and has been found 7,200. The Member of Parliament for Nsawam Adwejiri constituency of the Eastern region, Frank Anodompre, has been convicted for contempt by High Court in Accra. The court presided over by Justice Abena Opong Ajindoku convicted him after he pleaded guilty to after pleading. Okay, let me take it again. The court presided over by Justice Abena Opong Ajindoku convicted him after he pleaded guilty previously to the offense. The court said Mr. Anodompre is not an ordinary member in society and should know better, but the court will spare him a custodial sentence. Justice Ajindoku was, while sentencing him on the Tuesday, that was yesterday, and today, imposed a fine of 600 penalty units on him, which is equivalent to 7,200 Ghana cedis. The MP was cited for contempt after it was brought to the attention of the High Court that the Land Court one that he disrupted court bailiffs and police officers' work when they were to carry an execution work over disputed lands. Well, you know what? At least we know, but he was spared jail. Okay, what is good for the goose? You got it. Now, still Starr Radio UK, 11 minutes past the top of the hour. Now, the IGP, Dr. George Akufu-Dampare, has expressed his gratitude to personnel of the police force who work to ensure the protection of all persons and property during the 45th ordinary session of the Executive Council and the 6th meeting of the 2024 Africa Union Commission, which was held from the 17th July to the 21st July in Accra. In a statement on Monday, 22nd, the IGP said, "We are grateful to you for your professionalism and patriotic commitment to duty." The statement also expressed appreciation to the general public for their cooperation during the period. "We also wish to thank all motorists, the commuting public, and all other road users for your patience and cooperation during the period." Which better IGP do you want more than that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The Institute of Economic Affairs, that's the IEA, has clarified that it has not yet extended invitation to any political parties or presidential candidates for the upcoming presidential debates. Now, this comes after concerns raised by the Mahama 2024 campaign that the Institute announced such activity as if a stakeholder, the National Democratic Congress, has been engaged. The Constitution of Ghana does not grant the IEA any authority to organize elections-related activities. The fact that the IEA has not shown the decency or respect to at least inform the NDC of its plans raises serious questions about its motives. The release signed by John Mahama, spokesperson Joyce Muktara, indicated on July 19. In response, the IEA did not indicate it had engaged or informed any political party or presidential candidate to participate in the debate. The statement signed by the IEA chairman Charles Mensah explained that indeed the IEA had not engaged any political party or presidential candidates prior to its press release. The institute intended to follow the release with individual letters to the candidates inviting them to debate and other activities. So let's see what is going to happen on that front. Now, this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London on this Tuesday afternoon, where exactly at 1:30 we'll be having BB Clement coming your way with BB Means Business. Now, one final story before we bring the whole program to a close this morning. Oh, a couple of them. There's one interesting one. Well, this is your last warning. Abandon presidential ambition. Now, pastor wants cheddar. Who is cheddar? Now, those of us who live here might not know such people, but maybe you're listening to me in Ghana and you know him very, very well. Who is cheddar? So you can share with us, of course. A Kumasi-based pastor, Apostle Kofi Nkansa Sarkodie, popularly known as Saint Sark, founder and leader of Open Arms Ministry, has warned the leader of the new force, Nana Kwame Bediakun, popularly known as Cheddar, to abandon his plans to run in this year's presidential election. According to Saint Sark, failure to comply with this warning will spell disaster for Cheddar's political career. I did a press conference and I advised him that he is young in terms of politics and everything. So, if he wants to enter politics and become a president in Ghana, he should give himself 10 years. I told him, but he didn't listen and is still actively aiming to be president, he said. In a media briefing held at his church auditorium on Friday, July 19, St. Sark stated, "This is my last warning to him. If he doesn't comply, his political career will come to an end on the 23rd of August, because the kind of things I would say, it may affect his life throughout. I'm telling him because I know where he is coming from." He emphasized that he has repeatedly advised Nana Kwame Bediakun to reconsider his decision, but to no avail. In the quote, he said, "I know where he's coming from. I know everything about him, and that is why I am advising him to step down. I have advised that he is too young and too raw for the presidential seat," he added. Now, I've not even heard the name of this individual. Okay? And the question is, what has he got? Where? He said it's from a party. It's like Ekuadonko forming a party saying that, is that what this person is trying to do? Now, what policies is he going to put across? What is manifesto? So if somebody is saying, I'm going to do that, why do you go disturbing people saying, I've won him and all that? What is he actually going to be achieving from that? Well, he said it's Saint Sark. So let's leave Saint Sark to deal with that issue that is going on. But the final story, and they'll bring the program to a close. I represent the whole of Ghana. That is how Gbagbe lashed out at Rude Seviyoso MP. On Monday, that's yesterday, the Speaker of Parliament, Lagban Kingsford Gbagbe, lashed out at the Member of Parliament for Seviyoso Kweku Efriye for questioning his authority. While announcing president nomination of two new persons for the House of to consider legislation to cap the maximum number of judges appointed to the Apex Court, the MP for Seviyoso raised an objection against the Speaker's comment, grounding his protest in his capacity as representative of the people of his constituency. Mr. Speaker, with all due respect to your chair, the preliminary comment you are making is prejudicial, and I believe that as representative of the good people of Seviyoso, it doesn't lie in your mouth to remind us of the things that you have said. Thank you, he remarked. The comment by the MP, however, did not sit well with the Speaker, who deemed it rude. In response, the Speaker said he accepted his role as being superior to that of the MP and went ahead to order his immediate removal from the chamber. This is a completely rude remark, and I can send you out of the house now. It lies in my authority to do so. You represent the good people of Seviyoso. I represent the whole country. Please, marshals, take him out of the house. I will not entertain such disrespect, he ordered. The Minority Chief Whip, Frank Anodompre, following the Speaker's order, rendered an apology to Mr. Gbagbe on behalf of his colleague and the caucus. Now, the Speaker said, "We acknowledge the wisdom you have guided us with and how you have navigated us to this point. We have had moments of tension, and we have had some tense moments in the House, and through all that, you have shown leadership, and it is incumbent upon us as leaders to help you right now. What happened a moment ago was unfortunate, he told the speaker. However, Mr. Kwekwe during an interview on Monday evening, maintained that he was never out of line with his objection and renounced the apology issued on his behalf. Maybe they're going to tell him that he will never come to the chamber again. Can he? Will he? But ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. But I want to say thank you very much to every one of you who tuned in today to listen to us. But before we go, yes, this afternoon is all going to be coming your way. And that is BB Means Business with BB Clement. So stay tuned. Let's take a quick commercial. We come back and then I bring you the final tune from JBia, and it says what? Sikadam, a cover version of Kojo Entry's tune. So stay tuned. Don't you go away.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Okay, so let me bring you the last tune, and that is Sikadam from JBia. When that song ends and you don't hear from me, it's been me Archie saying, have a top of the day. Until I see you tomorrow, bye-bye for now. But remember, this afternoon exactly at 1:30, we have a BB Clement coming your way with BB Means Business. Enjoy.
Ento boise kunje, ento boise kunje, ento boise kunje. I hope you press on you and I'm going to namo. Abufura siana tasa na wesi amriketo Bra wasio na wenacha wasasi so afefede obetuyo na obejane na wakwe obanya safo yebune bena so yenkana semo.
Thanks for listening.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Thanks for
Ahobase sunieni mwenyam nenamo Sikadam nebo nama when you're free. Hey, Sikadam nebo nama waswesi. Oh, Sikadam nebo.
Thanks for listening.